All right, today I'm going to show you behind the scenes of the day where we got 155 new students signed up in just one day. Sounds unbelievable. You're like, how? I can't imagine that ever happening. We don't have to imagine it because we actually found the footage of the event that caused 155 students to sign up in one day. I'm going to show it to you, show you how we did it, how we came up with it, and how you can apply it to your teaching business, no matter whether you're a solo teacher, small, medium, or large music school owner. This is seriously cool, so stick around after this. Alright, so we're going to go way back to when I first started my music school, so you can understand how this concept evolved around marketing on such a huge scale. And one of the things that really kind of troubled me about marketing music lessons was that when I was a young person, I was inspired to learn the drums by seeing this awesome drummer at church, actually. And he was like really cool, young, hip guy, blonde hair, and he sounded so good when he played. He was smiling, he was having a great time, and it just made the music sound so much better when he played. And I was like, man, I want to be like that guy. And that was the thing that inspired me to want to play the drums. And so it was actually seeing someone do it well and me, the student, wanting to learn and then chasing after that, going, Mum and Dad, hey, I want to learn the drums. And so one of the things that happens with marketing is that a lot of people are very rarely marketing to children, to kids, getting them inspired directly. Often it's like, I'm going to put a website up, I'm going to, put Facebook ads up, and all these other things that work, of course, but they're not going directly to the student. It's the adults that have the Facebook page, the adults that are using, searching things out. And so often a lot of marketing for music teachers, they're waiting for people to get inspired and then waiting for them to contact them and hoping that their website ranks number one or that they see their Facebook ad or Instagram ad, etc. That makes sense? So I knew if I wanted to build a really big music school that wanted to grow fast, well, I had to get in front of the actual kids and inspire them to want to learn. Because I know when I was a kid, it just took an awesome performance to get me inspired. So if I can get in front of hundreds or thousands of more kids, I can do the same thing. So what we started to do was go, okay, well, where do all the kids hang out? Well, they go to school like 30 hours a week, so that's where the kids are. Well, how can we get in front of them at school? Why don't we go to school and perform in front of them? Okay, cool. So let's put together a concert and outreach to these schools and get in front of them and actually perform, because then the kids will run home with a flyer or an info pack and go, Mum, I want to learn the drums or the piano or the guitar or whatever it is. And so that's what we started doing. And so we did our first concert at a school many, many years ago. And over the years, we just perfected that process and it just got it down to an absolute art. When I started, it was just me and one other teacher, Nathan, my first hire, on our own together, and we performed the shows. I did many shows on my own as well. So you can totally do it on your own. And then as we grew into a music school, we added extra instruments and it evolved, and we just kept tweaking and tweaking until we literally had it perfected down to an absolute art. And that is the result we got with this show that I'm telling you about today. 155 students in one show from a school of about 400 students. So I haven't figured out what the percentage is, probably 30 to 40% or something in there, but huge uptake from something that took us maybe half an hour to drive there, an hour to sort of set up, perform, pack down, and then another half hour to drive back, or probably less than that. So a couple hours work, and you think how much 155 students pays? A lot of money. And so this is it is the number one marketing thing that we did to grow from 0 to well over 2,000 students per week. And so I have the actual footage of this concert because Chris and my team, who stumbled across it recently, sent me these photos, and the photos are not the best, but you can kind of get a vibe of what's happening, and it has this little video clip which I'll play you at the end, which he sent me, and it was me doing a little drum solo. And so he sort of had a laugh, was like, oh, look at this guy play, remember this? And he didn't know it at the time, but I said, Chris, do you know what this is? He's like, no. I'm like, this is the concert where we set that record. And I knew it because it has two of our interns were there, who are two girls, Sammy, and I should know her name, Rachel, all the way from Canada, came and did a year gap year internship with us. Another intern you'll see in the footage there, I'll put some photos up, Nate, he was there, and so I knew this was the concert, it was the school, because we all celebrated like mad afterwards. So I'll play the little video of me doing a little short drum solo right at the end, if you stick to the end. But this is what we did. We'd go into schools and we would perform these concerts, but it wasn't just performing. Every single detail we had down to an art, from the way that we ran the whole show, from how we did the pitch at the end, from how we handed out the promotional flyers, to what we said when we gave the flyers, right up to even how we got into a school to do a concert, how we utilized parents, what the phone script was, what the email script was. Every single detail we just had down to an art. And I want to show you all that stuff, and you can grab it for free if you would like in our BAM Squad library. So I might cut over to a little screencast video, and I'll show you this stuff. So you can go grab this from module 5 in our Build a Music School library. You can get a free 7-day trial, so you can jump in and grab it for free if you want for 7 days. Well, hopefully you'll stick around, but you don't have to. And let me give you a quick look on what you can get access to. Then I'll show you this clip from this school. Okay, so here we are in the inside of the library. If you go to module 5, Marketing and Movement, and you scroll down, there's a lot of stuff in there, but find the Marketing with Show Teams mini course, and here's a little look at what's in here really quick. So there's 8 different videos, but the first one I've opened them up here for us. There's a big introduction, how it all works. We talk about all the details, and you got the notes and you got the video, and this is going to explain how it works, how we pitch it to schools, the sales pitch, the big picture overview of how school shows sort of work. Next, we take a big walk through all the downloads, and so we'll walk you through all these documents, which you can find on that first video. So if you click here under, there's just thousands of resources here in our library. So here you've got everything from the phone script, the exact script that we use to book school shows, the email that we use, the callback script, the promotional flyers that we send, a bunch of other cool tools. So make sure you grab that stuff as well. Next thing we do, Chris, he is our show team manager, and he's in our BAM Squad team as well, community manager. And so this interview was with him because he headed up our show team, and he talks all about the 7 E's of show team success that we kind of had to master over the years. Next, we have a whole video from myself talking about how we really convert heaps and heaps of students. So you can see the tactics there, but I talk about them in detail. What compelling offer works the best? How do we get the sponsors? How do we get the quotes from the teachers and the principals, and all the details that really get us incredible results. Oh man, how's that for a great pause moment? Anyway, moving on. Next, this is really cool. We have one of our show teams, and they walk through just stacks and stacks of some of our best ideas. And so you'll actually see them performing all the ideas that you can steal. And so they'll talk about each idea. I'll play this for a little bit. So anyway, you get the idea. They actually play every example of like all the best stuff that we do. So you've got loads and loads of examples there from our show team. You've also got me here talking all about how we take shows and how we adapt them for early childcare centres, so preschools, kindergartens, that sort of thing, and lots of extra notes and ideas. Then you have a full show at a school from start to finish, so you can actually see exactly how we do it. You'll see how Chris gets the audience all hyped up, how they do the education stuff. You'll see, over here you can see they've got the one side of the room doing something, and then the other side of the room doing something. You'll see the pitch at the end, so you can see him. He's got the promotional flyer here. The whole band's focused on this part of the show. Right at the end, we've got the whole school up dancing and partying. So the whole thing's a real art. Every detail matters. You can watch a whole show from start to finish, and you can see 20 minutes 50, it's basically exactly half an hour, so even down to the minute. We're pretty organized. Next, we got a really great interview with some good friends in Australia called Kaboom Percussion, and they run amazing shows in Australia. We're in New Zealand, they're in Australia, and so there's a big interview with all the notes here about how they do shows and charge big bucks for them. So you can check that out if you would like to build up to the point where you can charge money for shows. And then there's a training here of how we do shows now with, COVID and capacity limits and things like that, and how we're able to have shows still operating without, just moving it online and making it really lame, but how we can still go into schools in a totally different way. So schools love it, and we can keep recruiting hundreds of students. So that there is a walkthrough of what you've got access to here. If you log in to module 5 and scroll down, you'll see it there. So if that's of interest to you, check it out. Just grab it for free, have a good look around, and check out everything else while you're there. Obviously, we'd hope that you'd stick around and see the value, but we just want to help you take things to the next level. So get in there, have a look for free for 7 days, which would be pretty cool. One thing I just want to add though is if you think, I'm not a real extrovert, I'm not a big performer, I can't imagine public speaking and all that sort of stuff. Performing in front of kids is one of the most forgiving environments to learn and hone your public speaking skills. You can start small with a 5-minute assembly item. So if you're nervous about it, there's so many ways to just kind of dip your toe in the water and build up your confidence with it. And I found that it was one of the best ways to just really excel at speaking in a very forgiving environment, as I said. So don't let it turn you off. Just imagine, what if you got in front of, the nearest primary or elementary school to you next year or next month, and were able to perform and let everyone know about your lessons. Imagine what that would do for your studio. What if you could do it for 10 schools for your music academy? Well, every tool that you're going to need is right there. We did it, performing hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of shows, and eventually it was just you'd reach out to a school and they'd be like, cool, just keep coming back every year, and they'd be asking us, when are you coming back? So you do a great job, and you're not having to sell over and over. They love the show. They want you to keep coming back, and it's just a really powerful marketing engine for your studio. So there we go. I promised you a little clip from the show. So here's the little 25-second clip of a bit of a drum solo. Check it out. I hope you enjoy it. Here it comes.
All right. Who would like to see a drum solo? Everybody say drum solo! One, two, three, go!
Well, there we go. There's a few drum chops for you to enjoy today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you'll go check out the rest of the course, where we can be a lot more detailed in showing you exactly how it works and giving you all the tools you need to succeed. So link will be down below. Grab a free trial, check it out. It's in module 5, and scroll down, you'll be able to see it. Cool. Any questions, let me know, but give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Thanks everyone.